Good morning, one and all present over here. In today's modern world, teaching technique has undergone a lot of changes. Teaching aids, digital aids, low-cost teaching aids, and from teacher-based classroom to video conferencing-based classroom, which has bridged up all the geographical boundaries all over the world. But what about our assessment system? It still remains same, pen and paper assessment method. So if teaching science is activity-based, our assessment systems should be at par with it. So in MC Kejriwal Vidyapeeth, we have adopted a new innovative method of assessment in which the student will get a chance for creativity and they will not be bounded by pen and paper assessment method. So learning process depends on three factors: curriculum, teaching instruction and assessment. A survey to study the prevailing assessment system all over Kolkata, a survey was conducted in 20 good schools of Kolkata. Data collected are as follows. Parents feedback: 4 to 6 assessments are conducted in maximum of the schools. Single change has occurred in these 2-3 years that the slot of 100 marks has been divided into 5 or 6 groups, that is 20 marks each, and best was taken, due to which children are giving exam throughout the year. All schools have pen and paper exam in addition with project work. This is parents feedback that basic concept not clear, rote learning has been practiced and students are not free to ask question. The characters to be assessed. What characters we want to be developed in our student at the end of a particular teaching learning period? Strengths and weaknesses of a student. We want to judge it. Knowledge of subject matter, whether their concepts are cleared or not. Attitude, whether they have developed a positive attitude towards the science, towards society or towards their peer group. Way of thinking, interest and work habit, social and personal adaptability. Our assessment, pen and paper assessment method, do all this. Now, the phases of researchers' assessment system. This is the methodology. First of all, grouping and topic distribution. All the students, 54 students of class 6 section C has been divided into 6 groups. And then they were asked to collect information from net, their peer group of different school, even reference books, different reference books were provided from the chemistry department, and they were free to go through any of these or some other means. Then come demonstration, questionnaire and peer evaluation. We will deal one by one. Yes, now this demonstration project, this model making is one of that. Project develop critical thinking, making judgment between alternatives, will to create something. Models show how these cognitive tasks are carried out, figuring out the best way to apply their knowledge into skill. Then hands-on activity. These hands-on activity were planned by the student. For physical change, the chapter chosen for this assessment process was changes around us and composition of air. Composition of air for follow-up activity. Changes around us, physical change. They have shown formation of day and night with help of flashcard and activity or a game sort of thing in which the students were doing role play of sun, earth, moon. Rotation and revolution. Rotation cause formation of day and night, and revolution cause change in season. They have gone through an activity in which they have shown how rotation and revolution go on simultaneously. This develop positive attitude, social and personal adaptability, inculcation of cooperation and coordination, which lacks in pen and paper method, where there is no scope for it. Now, the experiment related with chemical change. Here the same age group child, these are the conductors and these are observers. Same age group child is demonstrating the chemical change with help of iodine crystal sublimation. They are showing the sublimation of iodine crystal and burning of magnesium ribbon. When the observers see that he has conducted, they can conduct, then why can't we ask them question and see whether they are good in their work or not, whether they are well prepared or not. So both of them have participated with full end-to-end drill. Demonstration develop analytical reasoning. Learning by doing has great impact on teaching learning process. Clarity of concept is there because they are doing it and seeing what is happening one by one when they take a single activity of heating. Clarity of concept is there, and again application of knowledge into skill. Conduction of experiment. For these experiments, they decided that we will conduct experiment for the things which we use in our daily life, which is very common in our kitchen even, so that students, those who are observing, they can perform this experiment at their home. I told them that what have you planned? What are the things you are going to use? Then they said, ma'am, for presence of oxygen and nitrogen, we are going to see use the candle, water, ink. And for presence of CO2, we are going to use baking soda and vinegar, which is available in our kitchen. Here, to learn something, they have to do something. To learn something, they must do something, uncovering the information and implicating the concept. And here they were telling the formulas and name of the elements present in baking powder and vinegar, so that they can link the previous knowledge with the present chapter. Creating a plan for solving a problem, weighing evidence, reconsidering initial ideas, teaches them the importance of teamwork, sharing ideas, working towards a common goal, and continue in spite of difficulty. Please, I am giving emphasis on this point because for this experiment, when they want to show the presence of carbon dioxide, many times balloon didn't bulge, sometimes gas was leaking, many times milkiness was not appearing for the confirmation of presence of CO2, but they didn't give up. And here teacher don't have to ask them, yes, you are not getting expected result, why, what's going on. They were giving option to the teachers. Ma'am, I think the concentration is less, it should be taken in more quantity, or we should, instead of test tube, we should take conical flask or round bottom flask. So they were weighing evidence and reconsidering their initial ideas, and they didn't, and from the failures they again rose up and again rising up and going for the activity. So this activity inculcates a very good value. Values are not taught but caught. What is that value? Let us see in this next slide. Yes, nothing is permanent in this world, even our failures. So never give up, and this thought inculcates perseverance both in teacher and student. Then comes peer evaluation, peer learning. Till this peer learning was going on, peer evaluation. For peer evaluation, there were some tools. The tools were questionnaire framed by student. Here is student framed questionnaire for the groups, means observer frame questions for conductors, and conductors frame questions for observers. Conductor had done this evaluation through quiz, where 4 rounds were there. You will see that in next slide. And here the observers are evaluating them. They were asking even the quieter member who never opened up, introvert one, who never opened up in front of teacher, opened up in front of in their peer group and start asking question. And conductors did a lot to brush up their knowledge and clear the doubt of their friends. Yeah, these are the questionnaires. Just few example I have given. Whole questionnaire is not possible to give in slide. By student, what is air? How can you say air is a mixture or a compound? Which layer of atmosphere protects us from UV rays? Which gas turn lime's water milky, and why? Teachers. Different teacher was asked to frame this questionnaire so that transparency can be maintained. To see this questionnaire from teacher and student bridge up the gap between the mental level of 12-year-old child and 35 or 36 or 40 years old teacher who has acquired the graduation degree or master's degree. What is the gap between thinking of teacher and student? So why do we need air? What is the ratio of oxygen and nitrogen in air? How lime water turns milky? Why tiny droplets appear on the surface of glass tumbler containing ice? Questioning is the key to gain more information. Without it, interpersonal communication fails, whether it is among students or between teacher and student. Self-administered questionnaire. Self-administered questionnaire helped them a lot because the observers were thinking, yeah, it is prepared by our same age group, our friends, we can easily answer them. So they are giving attempt, even wrong one also, but they are attempting to, they have gathered the courage to answer all the question because they were thinking that it is of same level. Yeah, to encourage the quieter member of the group to participate, a quiz was organized in which 4 rounds was there. First round, define the following, and second round, give reason. For these rounds, they were allowed to discuss for 10 seconds among their group, and then they were pointing out which member has to answer. Then the third round and fourth round was member specific round. In third round was name the following, very objective type of thing, and fourth round was worksheet round. Worksheet was also prepared by the student themselves, and the worksheet was member specific. Yeah, can you go for the previous one? Yes, here they were going from table to table with the worksheet and asking the specific member, like member 1, member 2, member 3, member 4, to write the answer for a specific question which is marked for them. Then the analysis was done. This is the pre-experimental phase in which the chalk and talk method of teacher was adopted, and the pen and paper assessment in different section. To maintain the transparency, different teachers were involved to conduct these classes so that so that the test can be done. without any biasness. Question number one is about coverage of chapter. Out of 54, 28 boys disagree that chapter was not covered effectively. Time for study. 30 boys said disagree, that don't think that time for study was appropriate. For like this guidance, yes, time for assessment, thinking ability, clarity of concept, guidance for study, and recognizing the area for improvement. 25, 20, 32, 23, 29, like this, a majority of students were disagree, and many of them were uncertain. Then the analysis, post-experimental phase. This analysis was done for the class in which peer evaluation was implemented. First question, that whether the chapter covered our chapter effectively. 37 boys say agree that yes, chapter was covered effectively. Time allotted for study was enough. 33 boys said yes, and yes, 13 boys uncertain, but only 8 says no, it was not enough. Then time allotted for assessment was enough. Then 36 boys say yes. Thinking ability, 38 boys agree, and for clarity of concept, 32 boys agreed, and for guidance for how to study, 40 boys said yes, this process guided me how to study, and for recognizing the area of improvement, 39 boys said yes, by this method I came to know which area needs improvement. Yes, here 2 questions are extra. Self-made question. Self-made question truly lack in pen and paper assessment method. Boys didn't get any scope to frame questions for themselves. So in this method, self-made question, 40 students said yes, we agree that this method make our teaching learning experience an enriched one. Then an exam was conducted. For this exam was conducted only 10 marks test, very objective type, to test their knowledge whether yes, really this system works or not. So from 8 to 10, from 8 to 10 means from 8 marks to 10 marks, 10 boys are there. From 6 to 10, 12 boys, but 23, majority of them falls between 40 to 60%, that from 4 to 6, and below 4, 9 boys. Post-experimental phase. From 8 to 10, 23 boys, again the majority one. Then from 6 to 8, 18, 8 boys falls in the category of 40 to 60%, and 5 boys below 4. So we can see on an average the performance of boys are upgraded. Now this is the follow-up activity. Follow-up activity, the test, the pen and paper or chalk and talk method in different section, and in different section the peer learning and peer evaluation. So that here the different teachers will be there, and teachers cannot be biased. Teachers don't know what are the questionnaire from the boys and what is the questionnaire from the teacher, and both the questionnaire were merged for this test. Teachers questionnaire and boys questionnaires. Number of students, yes, here in this one. This is the pre-experiment, this is the class 6D in which pen and paper method assessment was there, and chalk and talk method of teacher was there. This was the full marks for 24, and 0 to 5, 5 boys, 6 to 10, 22 boys, 11 to 15, 11 boys, 16 to 23 boys, and 21 to 24, only 2 boys. Then next is that this for class 6C in which peer evaluation was tried. 0 to 5, 1 boy, only 1, and 6 to 10, 9 boys, 15 boys, 11 to 15, and 15 boys to 16 to 20, and from 21 to 24, 7 boys were there. So again it was proved that yes, performance of a student upgraded when they learn in their peer group, which we lack in our chalk and talk as well as pen and paper assessment. What is the role of teacher in peer learning and peer evaluation? Here the big question is there. It means teacher's role is very passive. No. Teacher role is motivational role. Just like mother eagle pushed their child to discover the wings, that the wings are there to fly. And what is the privilege to have been born as an eagle? Just like that here, teacher has to give a push to the student where they can discover the strength of their wing of innovation and creativity. Thank you very much.